Well, hello and welcome to the Nissan Stadium in Yokohama as Yokohama F Marinos take on Shanghai Shenhua from match day 7 of the AFC Champions League Elite East region. And it is a match that certainly has more on it now for Shanghai Shenhua than it did ahead of match day 7 kicking off yesterday. Yokohama F Marinos are off the top of the league, but a victory can put them back above the Japanese champions Vissel Kobe should they pick up all 3 points here. Yokohama have confirmed qualification without kicking a ball the way the results went yesterday, but for Shenhua they've been nudged down a place in the table into 10th on 7 points, 1 point adrift of their city neighbours and Chinese champions Shanghai Port. A win here though in Yokohama for Shenhua would see them move both above Port and former Asian champions Pohang Steelers. Marinos Kun, the F Marinos mascot, certainly seems to be enjoying himself. Excitement rife in these parts. The J-League season for 2025 gets underway this weekend. Marinos have a home game here against Albirex Niigata. Fans of Shenhua, though, will have to wait another week for the Chinese Super League season to kick off, even though last week they did play out the Chinese Super Cup against their city rivals Shanghai Port, and it was Shenhua who came out on top by 3 goals to 2, giving them the boost they need to come into what is a really tough game for them. Well, the Champions League Elite campaign couldn't have got off to a much worse start for Marinos, beaten 7-3, hammered in Korea away to Gwangju, but they're unbeaten in their 6 matches since then, 4 wins and a draw. And last time out they were 4-0 winners against Central Coast Mariners. And coming into this round, did top the league stage group. Fabulous setting. Marinos have been busy in the transfer market. There are debuts for a couple of their new signings, and it is a first competitive match in charge for their English coach, Steve Holland. First ever English manager, English permanent manager in charge of F Marinos, breaking with recent tradition, of course, that has seen successive Australian managers and the success they enjoyed under Ange Postecoglou and Harry Kewell. Not quite the same, though, as Postecoglou and Kevin Muscat before him. He was relieved of his duties midway through last season, 2024 in the end. A year to forget for Yokohama F Marinos, beaten by Al Ain in the Asian Champions League final of which they reached for only the 2nd time in the club's history. Also lost in the 2 domestic cup semi-finals and finished in a very lowly 9th position, well below par for a side who have been Japanese champions no less than 7 times, and most recently in 2022. So a fabulous scene then to greet the players onto the field here at the International Stadium in Yokohama. Japan, remember, the 2nd most successful nation with 8 winners in all, 5 runners-up. Only South Korea with 12 winners and 7 runners-up have 1 more. But Japanese clubs, remember, have played in the last 2 finals, with Marinos losing to Al Ain at the previous season. Arao Reds coming out on top to lift the trophy. An awe-inspiring atmosphere here for Shenhua to come into in what is a must-win game for them now. Their final 2 matches, both against Japanese opposition. Yokohama F Marinos could have a big say in who does make it into the top 8. The two Shanghai clubs battling against each other to qualify into the top 8 and go into the last 16. Marinos, when they've finished with Shenhua here, will travel to Shanghai next week to finish off the league stage away from home against the Chinese champions Shanghai Port. Shenhua have been busy playing a number of friendlies ahead of the Super Cup win last week. Yokohama F Marinos have played just the one friendly match, the one warm-up game, a 3-2 win against Benferet Kofu. A couple of Champions League matches, of course, since the end of the J1 season and the start of the new one this weekend. The last campaign with a defeat here, beaten 2-0 by Nagoya Grampus, which really did put the seal, as I was saying, on a year to forget for F Marinos. Two sides make their way out then. The battle of the blues. Marinos in their traditional colours, Shenhua in their changed white strip. Shenhua would love nothing more to begin their 2025 season with a place in the knockout rounds of a competition they've not traditionally done particularly well in. It's the first time last season since 2008 they actually finished in the top 2 domestically. So a key game then in the penultimate round of the Champions League Elite League stage. Yokohama F Marinos have confirmed their progression into the last 16 as they look to make up for that awful 5-1 defeat in the second leg of the final last season. They won the first leg here 2-1 against Al Ain. The team that beat them, of course, in the West region have already been knocked out. The teams then, two debutants for Yokohama F Marinos with new signing Park Il-gyu in goal, Colombian Hasan Quinones in defence, Taiki Watanabe and Takuya Kida, Asahi Unaka all come in from the team that started against Central Coast Mariners last time out. Brazilian striker Anderson Lopez will be looking to add to his 6 Asian Champions League Elite goals this season, including scoring in the last 5 games. He's level with Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of goals in the league stage. Mood Bonyedifar of Iran. It's a team of Iranian officials in charge of this one today. Takuya Kida and Wu Ji are the two captains. Well, just the one Champions League Elite debutant for Shenhua, with Brazilian Saulo Mineiro taking his Champions League bow up front alongside fellow Brazilian Andre Luis, scorer of 17 Chinese Super League goals last season. It's the same starting 11 that beat Chinese champions Shanghai Port last week to win the domestic Super Cup. Minero is a player that knows this city well, having spent 3 years here with Marinos' city rivals, Yokohama FC. Well, a crucial game, and they will need the 3 points to jump above their city rivals and the Korean team, Pohang Steelers. They would move level with Shandong, fellow Chinese Super League side, in 6th place. 4 points from their last 2 games may well be enough for Shanghai Shenhua. Time will tell. They have a home tie with the Japanese champions Vissel Kobe to finish off. 2 very, very tough games to finish for Shenhua. It is a big ask for them to try and make it through to the knockout stages. So Yokohama F Marinos kick off here against Shanghai Shenhua, matchday 7 of the AFC Champions League Elite League stage. Yokohama F Marinos confirmed as qualified yesterday without kicking a ball because of the way the other results went. Shanghai Shenhua, though, still have it all to do, lying 10th at the start of play, but with this game in hand to get themselves back in the qualification spots. F Marinos on the front foot. Their final home game of the league stage. Shenhua aside, who have only ever once progressed past the group stage, league stage as it is now, when they reached the quarter-finals way back in 2006. They've exited at this stage of the competition 6 times previously. Club with high ambition. They haven't actually been champions of China since 1995, way before the inception of the Chinese Super League. Free kick then. Yong Hao Yu will be over this for Shenhua. Andre Luiz just trying to hold his run. Ball floated in, that's an easy claim for Park Il-gyu. Goalkeeper brought in, 35-year-old from Sagan Tosu. Here's Ken Matsubara. Touched on to Jan Mateus. A Brazilian who, on his day, can be magnificent, but also has a habit of drifting out of games. Zhang Shenlong putting that into touch, a throw for Marinos. Here's Jean Aziangbe. The key for Steve Holland really is for F Marinos to get off to a good start. That really didn't happen for Harry Kewell. I think he was always on a downward spiral after the collapse in the second leg against Al Ain. John Hutchison took over and saw out the rest of the season very much up against it. But it's a fresh slate for Steve Holland, who was the assistant to Gareth Southgate at the England national team. Header away by Park Il-gyu to Matsubara. Chan playing it forwards. Zhao Teixeira. Came through the Liverpool youth ranks, played a couple of games for the English Premier League side, Teixeira, but has never really lived up to the early promise. Zhang Shenlong to Manafa. Yang looking to get the cross in. Park Il-gyu getting himself in a little bit of a tangle there. Quinones helping him out with the header. And then hooked away by Unaka. So there is the new man in charge. Officially appointed in December. This is his first competitive game. Nothing like cutting your teeth in the top competition. Zhu Chenjia. Zhu again. Out to Wuxi. Manafa. Portuguese fullback. Fed out to Yang Haoyu. Now Amadou. Some good early possession here for Shenhua. It's their second competitive game of their season, having featured in the Super Cup. And they almost got him behind there. Chan Shinichi, the left back, getting forwards. Leonard Slutsky, the Russian coach, had a relatively successful first season in charge of Shenhua, finishing second in the table, the first time they've managed that since 2008. Just 1 point behind the champions Shanghai Port, 18 ahead of Chengdu Rongsheng, the side who finished in third. So it was a real fight between the two Shanghai rivals for the Chinese Super League title last season. And he's hoping to go one better this time around, and then that long wait to become Chinese champions. There's Mineiro, Amadou, Manafa, faced up by Unaka. Now Teixeira shifts it on to Chan. Dangerous ball into the penalty area. Hooked away by Jean. Bright start from Shanghai Shenhua. Haven't won any of their 3 away games this season. 2 defeats and a draw. And that draw coming at Central Coast Mariners, the only team that the Aussies have taken a point off. There's a appeal for handball there. Amadou feeding the ball back in, punched away by Park. And still they haven't cleared it. Real pressure here from Shenhua, and a terrific save to deny Chan from Park Il-gyu. A real slice from Amadou. Park Il-gyu didn't deal with it. Ball recycled. Andre Luiz having a hit, then Wuxi. And in the end, a really good save to deny Chan Shinichi. And the left back will feel he should have scored there. This will be an in-swinger from the left foot of Chan. Too much height in the end, though. It's a throw for F Marinos. Shenhua, as I was saying, have been busy with 4 friendlies before the Super Cup, 3 wins and a draw for those pre-season warm-ups. They have lost their last 2 Champions League Elite games of Shenhua, both to Korean teams. They were beaten by Gwangju and Ulsan. Certainly made a bright start here, though. No doubt buoyed by that derby win in the Chinese Super Cup. And John wins the throw for Marinos. Tsubara's throw. Amadou's header. Anderson Lopez challenging. Zhu. Some firepower up front in this team, Shenhua. Andre Luiz, Teixeira supplying the ammunition, and Saulo Mineiro, the new signing. His official debut in the Super Cup win. It's a dramatic win as well. Shenhua were actually 2-1 down to Shanghai Port before scoring 2 stoppage time goals Yuhan Chao coming off the bench to equalise, and then Andre Luiz grabbing the winner. Subura with the throw. Fit in by Teixeira. This is good work by Inui. Anderson Lopez very nearly benefiting from it. Played out by Jean Aziangbe to Nagato. Unaka. Now Jean. Switched out again towards Inui. Chan with the header. Chan has been on the front foot here in the early moments, but it'll be interesting to see if Kenta Inui can back him up a bit. Touch inside now to Jan Mateus. Back by Jean. Jan Mateus again. Inui fires the ball across. And beaten away by Bao Yaozhong. Saves it for a second time from Unaka, who wins it back again. Anderson Lopez. And a real scramble, but Shenhua finally clear it away. Aziangbe is seeing plenty of the ball in the F Marinos midfield. Clipped out by Jean again. To Nagato. Trying to switch it across to Inui. Look as though there's going to be a bit of rotation between Kenta Inui and Jan Mateus in behind. Anderson Lopez. It's been Mr. Reliable for F Marinos up front, Anderson Lopez, since joining in 2022 from Wuhan in China. It's been just a season in the Chinese Super League with them. Scored 7 goals in 17 appearances. Here's Chan. And now Teixeira. He's the player they really want on the ball. Shenhua has the quality to unlock the opposition defence. Zhang Shenlong. To Wilson Manafa. Helped on to Wuxi. By Chan to Teixeira. Switched out to Manafa. And now the delivery, it was a decent ball into Minero. He's frustrated he couldn't finish it off. Yang Hao Yu with the ball in. Great shape to the cross as well, that's a chance. It's all the way through to Park Il-yu. Couple of heart-stopping moments already for the new Marinos goalkeeper. Inui from Kida. Just having a word here with Teixeira. Whether he was happy or not there with him appealing for the throw. It's almost instinctive, that, isn't it, for professional players. Chan. Throw for Shenhua. Amadou. No Manafa. Nagato across. Manafa getting forward again, going on the outside, and it's put behind by Jean for a corner. Senegalese midfielder. Getting his toe to that, but it's been a strong start from Shanghai Shenhua. Needs must. Here's Teixeira again. Whips the ball across right the way through. And Zhang Shenglong very nearly on the end of it. Shanghai Shenhua have made a really bright start to the game here. They know realistically they're going to need 3 points, perhaps even 4, to finish above the line and move into the last 16. But it is going to be tough. Facing last season's Champions League runners-up and the J-League champions in their last 2 games. Wu Shi. A little header on from Andre Luis, almost picked up by Saulo Mineiro. Who played in both J1 and J2 in his time with Yokohama FC. Marinos City rivals do live something of a up-and-down existence, and evident again they will be back in J1 for 2025, winning promotion again, having been relegated in 2023. Watanabe, something to look forward to for the locals again. The Yokohama derby back on the agenda. .5 gone, 0-0. In the opening quarter of an hour, Shenhua have looked more like the team who have had a few more games under their belts. Zhu Chenjie. Subara's throw back to Park Il-kyu. Teixeira. Now Chan. It's remarkable, really, when you consider that F Marinos have conceded 9 goals in their 6 Champions League Elite league stage matches so far. 7 of those came in the opening game away at Guangzhou. Here's Chan. Matsubara. Quinones. Oh, he's given it away, Quinones! And it's fired off target by Andre Luis. Well, that certainly would have gone down as a debut disaster, wouldn't it, for Jason Quinones, the Colombian. Goodness me, it's a gift of a chance for Andre Luis. And the Brazilian really should have scored. It's a terrible finish from the Shenhua striker. And a big, big let-off for Yokohama F Marinos and their new centre-back. Here is Quinones. Back from Jean. Watanabe. Quinones. Matsubara. Now Inoue. Jean. It's more like it from F Marinos, seeing more of the ball now, keeping a bit of possession. Shenhua have pretty much dominated the opening 19 minutes. Anderson Lopez with the touch off. Well cut out by Manafort. And then he's given it away to Nagato. Anderson Lopez, the flick off to Jan Mateus. Oh, it's a beauty. What a finish from Jan Mateus. And despite the bright start from Shanghai Shenhua, it is Yokohama F Marinos who take the lead. The assist from Anderson Lopez, the finish from Jan Mateus. A goal made in Brazil. And finished off by Jan Mateus. Lovely little flick, and that is an absolute beauty. Yokohama F Marinos 1, Shanghai Shenhua 0. And one Brazilian at the other end, Andre Luis, misses a sitter. Moments later, Jan Mateus does that. Well, that is what football at this level is all about. You have to take your chances. You have to score when you're on top. Shenhua didn't do that. Marinos punishing them. That's not a bad effort, straight from the kick-off, and Park Il-kyu getting back, scrambling it away. The rest of the game's like the opening 20 minutes, bring it on. It's been a terrific start. Mineiro with the challenge. Mineiro's done well. Header away by Takia Kida. Here's Chan. Wuxi. It's the cross in again. Header out by Nagato. Andre Luis. Space now for Yang Haoyu. Manafort's cross in. And Taiki Watanabe brings it away. Picks out Jan Mateus. Now Anderson Lopez doesn't have too much support. Inui on this near side. Now Jean. Chang hooks it away. Watanabe, the 1-2 with Nagato. Zhang across though. Well defended for Shenhua. Off the head of Kida. Teixeira. Certainly the player that makes Shenhua tick up front. He's the main threat, really. The man with the keys to the F Marinos door. Here's Inui. Here's Jean. A lot of the ball in that midfield, out to Nagato, who's got a bit of space. Manafort closing him down as quickly as possible. It's the 21st goal that Marinos have scored in this league stage. They are by far and away the leading goal scorers in the East region. Here's a goal that would put them back on top of the table on goal difference from Vissel Kobe. Foot in from Jean. Jan Mateus. He's one of those players that really frustrates managers. He's capable of magic like we've just seen, and as I mentioned before, on other days can be a non-entity. Here's Matsubara. Inui looking to take on Chan. It's a good battle between those two, and Chan did well. After Inui joined from Oita Trinita in 2023, his first move. The club where he really made his name. And Mateus with the corner. Watanabe forwards. Quinones in there as well. Zhang with the header. And Anderson Lopez very nearly on the end of that. Bell couldn't hold it. Anderson Lopez tries to recycle it, but it's cleared away. Not the best clearance from Wu Shi, although the flag is up for offside. Was offside, Anderson Lopez. Player who was featured in the K-League, the Chinese Super League and the J-League. Jean battling away there with Minero. Certainly added a physical presence up there with Andre Luiz as Saulo Minero. And the first yellow card of the game is shown to Ibrahim Amadou. Who spent most of his career in France. He was born in Douala in Cameroon. Capped for France at under-19 level, though. Came through the youth ranks at Nancy. Spell with Lille, then a few seasons in Spain with Sevilla, where he only had a handful of games. Same in a loan spell at Norwich City in England. Joined Shenhua via Angers in France, where again he was struggling for regular football. There's the goal again. Never get bored of seeing that. Picture book finish. The connection, the bend on the ball. No chance for Bao Yaozhong in the Shenhua goal. Kick for Marinos. Inui. And that's going to be a free kick for Shenhua. Now Zhang. Measured ball over the top of Nagato. Taken by Yang Haoyu. Teixeira coming short. Do instead with the ball back to Manafa. Kida, dispossessed by Andre Luiz. Now Zhu. Shinichi. Into Inui, and the free kick has gone against Chan and in favour of F. Marinos. Last season's 9th place finish in J1, by the way, ended a run of 3 successive seasons where F Marinos had finished in the top 3. Here's Anderson Lopez. Back from Inui. Amadou helps it on. By Jean from Kida. Certainly settled down now, Yokohama F Marinos, after a relatively ropey start. Certainly fortunate not to go a goal down. Here's Matsubara. A moment of magic though from Jan Mateus, acting as the settler. Here's Anderson Lopez. Now Matsubara finding Watanabe in space. Chan's header. Never been Asian champions, F Marinos. Twice coming close, back in 1990 in the old Asian Club Championship. 3 years before the inception of professional football in Japan. And last year they were hoping was going to finally be their moment, wasn't to be though. Did twice win the old Cup Winners' Cup in successive years in 1992 and 93. Matsubara himself in a bit of a tangle. Got the ball though. Here's Inui. Jan Mateus. Kida. Nagato. Naka made the run for it. Cleared away by Zhang, only as far as John. There's too much on that for Jan Mateus. Wu Shi, the Shenhua captain, getting a bit of a talking to. I think he's questioning the decision there for the challenge on Andre Luis. Well, that was certainly a foul by Teixeira. That's the one they're complaining about, but I think he was right. Looks by that as though Matsubara got the ball. Shenhua throw. Teixeira with it. Shifted on by Andre Luis is Amadou. Yokohama F Marinos certainly rebalancing the possession. Shenhua were clearly on top in the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Here's Kida. Nagato to Watanabe. Now Inui. Space for Kida. Shifts it on one more. Nagato again hugging the touchline out there. Unaka made the run for him, played into Anderson Lopez, who the little flick on again to Jan Mateus. Come off this time. Last 2 seasons domestically, he's been full of goals. Anderson Lopez, 24 in the last campaign, 22 season before that. Shoes header away by Jean. Jan Mateus. Touch from Anderson Lopez, and here's Kida. On by Nagato. Naka did too much time though, and Shang got his toe to it. Takia Kida again though to Inoue. One of his better deliveries. And Zhu clears it away. Having a good evening so far, is he, Ibrahim Amadou? A yellow card, and now he's down injured. He got trodden on there, didn't he, by Kida? Let's see. Or was it a knee into the shin? Back on his feet again, though. Here's Matsubara. Quinones. Jan Mateus. On again to Inoue. Lifts the cross in. Touchdown to Anderson Lopez from Nagato. And he's frustrated not to get that on target. It's the kind of chance he can often snap up, the Brazilian. Lovely little cushion pass from Katya Nagato. Shenhua could ill afford to concede a second, that's for sure. If it does finish like this, Shenhua would be 1 point behind their neighbours Shanghai Port going into the final round of games. Porter at home to Marinos next week. Shenhua face Vissel Kobe. Wu Shi. Anderson Lopez down. After a collision here with Zhu Shenjie. That's the worry for both these coaches, will be some of their big players picking up injuries so close to the start of their domestic seasons. Both the Chinese Super League and the J-League run from spring to winter. Champions League campaigns typically cut across 2 different seasons as a result of that. It's played through the middle, and Park Il-gyu did well. They were on their heels a bit, the Marinos defence. Header from Amadou. Nobody was quite sure there whether they were playing on or not. It's Zhang Shenglong who's down. Those players I was talking about, they certainly won't want to lose him ahead of the season kickoff, which is the weekend after this one coming. February the 22nd, their opening game at home to Changchun Yatai. Here's Zhu. By Zhu. Chan. Picked up by Wu Shi. Andre Luiz. to take an age to come down that ball, and Nagato read it better than Manafa. Here's Unaka, who's caught by Amadou, needs to be careful, remember, he's on a yellow card. And he is walking a very fine line now. His heart was definitely in his mouth there. I'm not sure when you see it from that angle there was much contact. Jean. Quinones. Now Matsubara. The best ball to Inoue. It's a throw to Shenhua. Manafa with the throw. Nobody really showing for him. Teixeira tried to come short. It's another throw of John Aziangbe. Andre Luiz. You could see that coming. There was no real movement from Shenhua to try and help out Manafa with the throw. And now F Marinos have it. Nagato, back from Unaka. Switches it out to Inoue. It's a good ball because Kenta Inoue has plenty of space to utilise here. Kida. Watanabe to Jean. Stabbed away by Zhang. Salo Minero. Yang Haoyu. It's a nice spot, but Chan Shinichi unable to bring it down. Shenhua left back, who is international for Hong Kong. Promising signs in their first season under Leonard Slutsky. Coach who knows how to win titles. He won 3 Russian Premier League crowns with CSKA Moscow. He's only a point shy of ending that long title drought for Shanghai Shenhua. Three minutes to the break. Salo Minero. Shenhua, who started the game really brightly, had 2 or 3 really good chances which they didn't take. Yokohama F Marinos seem to have settled down a bit now, and the Chinese Super League side haven't created a great deal since the Jan Mateus goal, and this is just the kind of thing I was talking about. Looks like a hamstring problem for Takeo Kida, the F Marinos captain. That's all you need. The new domestic season getting underway in 3 days' time. Anderson Lopez takes on the armbands. Takeo Kida, who's been at Marinos his whole career, 30 years of age now. Just felt it there. With over 250 league appearances for Yokohama F Marinos. Never capped at full level by Japan. He was at under-23 and under-17 level. He played at the 2011 under-17 World Cup for Japan. He's a big favourite here amongst the Marinos supporters. His evening is over. And so are his chances of featuring in the big kickoff at the weekend, you'd imagine. Teixeira. Xu Chenjia. Now Teixeira. Amadou out to Manafa. Swings the cross in. Andre Luiz waiting to pounce, but Park Il-gyu claimed it. And now they can make the change. Killer replaced by Kota Watanabe. Here's Manafa. Now Zhong. Little touch by Yang to keep it in play for Shenhua. So the keeper had overhit it initially. Here's Amadou. Saulo Mineiro. It's a Shenhua throw. As we move into the time added on at the end of the first half, of which there will be 2 minutes. Amadou. That's a teasing cross in, and it was just too high for Wu Shi. They've put some good ball into the box. They've created some good chances, particularly in the early moments of the game. The goal by which F. Marinos lead was certainly against the run of play at the time. Now Shenhua with a corner. Zhang in there, Zhu forwards. Saulo Mineiro, very closely watched by Unaka. Sorts of pushing and shoving going on as the ball is floated in and then punched away by Park Il-gyu. And that looked as though it was on its way into the near post. Another chance to deliver. Deeper ball in this time. And the header back across well wide. Now Marinos have another problem. Header from Xu Chenjia. Nagato is okay. There's been plenty of positives in this first half for Shenhua, despite the fact they're a goal down. It is Yokohama F. Marinos who lead at half-time. A wonderful goal created by Anderson Lopez with a little flick and finished off superbly, clinically, by Jan Mateus on 20 minutes. But that really capped the end of 20 minutes of Shanghai Shenhua dominance, who started the game really brightly. And Andre Luiz guilty of the biggest miss when he was set up by Jason Quinones, giving the ball away. But still plenty to be positive about for the Chinese Super League side, with the second half to come. At half-time, Yokohama F. Marinos 1, Shanghai Shenhua 0. And welcome back to the International Stadium. Yokohama F Marinos are leading Shanghai Shenhua 0-0. Jan Mateus, lovely strike on 20 minutes, separating the two sides. Shanghai Shenhua, as it stands, left to rue some good opportunities, particularly early on in the first half. As things stand, F Marinos will be going back to the top of the league stage. Shenhua would be in 10th position, 1 point outside the top 8 and 1 point behind their city rivals, Shanghai Port. Well, Yajing Zhang looked as though he was readying himself to come on for the second half. Let's see if that is a change that they are going to make. Well, they got better as the half went on. Yokohama F Marinos, it was a slow, almost rusty start to be expected. First official competitive match of 2025 season for Yokohama F Marinos. It's a big game and a half left, though, for Shanghai Shenhua. Need to get something here, even if it's only a point, but then we'll probably have to beat Vissel Kobe, the Japanese champions, next week with home advantage. They certainly need to win one of their last two. And Yajing Zhang looks as though he is on, so Shenhua making a change at the start of this second half. Marinos lost Takya Kida to what looked like a hamstring injury, replaced by Watanabe. And Shanghai Shenhua get the second half underway. A goal down. At the moment, dropping a place in the standings. They were 9th at the end of match day 6. Anderson Lopez. To Watanabe, trying to win it back for F Marinos. Touch off from Wu Shi. Played out to the substitute, Yang. No foul. Chenjie. Header away by Taiki Watanabe. Picked up by Jean Aziangbe. He's come on the right to replace Manafa as Yang. By Anderson Lopez. And Mateus, Watanabe helping it on. Here's Amadou. Chenjie. Chan. Hit long towards Andre Luis. Unaka. They need to start the second half in the same vein that they started the first, really. Shanghai Shenhua really positive on the front foot. by Chan. Here's Amadou. Taking Watanabe with the foot into Unaka. By Matsubara to Yamateas, the goal scorer. Cutting on that left foot again, but Shenhua close ranks and get it away, only as far as Jean, though, wins it back temporarily. The chase on here from Salo Minero, who pulls it back into the centre. Andre Luis treads on the ball at the key moment. A couple of big let-offs for Yokohama F Marinos in this game, afforded to them by Andre Luis. Here's Jan Mateus. Now Jean. Nagata. Quinones got away with that really big mistake in the first half. Quinones by Matsubara. Inoue. Jan Mateus switched out to Nagato. Fed into the centre, but Zhang was there on the stretch to cut it out and release Yang Haoyu. Yang Zhejiang. Forward by Zhang. Nagato. Subara. Inoue with the chance to deliver. It's a dangerous ball in, and the ball evading everybody in there. Taking their main home support now in this second half, Yokohama F Marinos. Tejas with the outswinger, and then that's touched behind by Jason Quinones. Teixeira. He's the one they want to get on the ball as much as possible. Shanghai Shenhua. Salo Minero fitting into Quinones. Now Teixeira. Andre Luis pops it on one more. Wuxi with the shot. Blocked away well by Jan Mateus, who was back helping out. Chan with the corner. Now Teixeira. Chan slicing through it. And now Jean is onto it. Inoue charging forwards. Sean switching it up back to Nagato. Jan Mateus. Jean. Here's Amadou. Andre Luis. Shenhua getting forward in numbers here as they have to. Andre Luis running into Jean, but has won the free kick. And the opportunity still remains for Shanghai Shenhua. It's quite a way out for a direct strike, but Gil will need to be on his toes here. Shinichi and Wu Shi both over this. Looks as though it is going to be the left back. He plays it through towards Teixeira. It was a nice idea. Unaka did enough, though, just to get a foot to it. They still have the corner. Yang Haoyu with it. Punched away by Park Il-gyu, only as far as Teixeira. Yang Haoyu floats it back in. Andre Luis's header is straight at the goalkeeper. Well, he's certainly been central to those Shenhua chances that haven't been taken this evening. Here's Anderson Lopez at the other end. Haoyu, foot in by Watanabe. And by Park Il-gyu to Ken Matsubara. Kenta Inoue. Now Jan Mateus. Those two have worked well together. Generally down that far side. On by Kota Watanabe. Unaka! It's a good save by Bao. Lovely move from Yokohama F Marinos. Quinones. Here's Nagato. Kota Watanabe. Unaka into Anderson Lopez, and Kota Watanabe came onto it, but it's well off target. There's that chance again for Unaka. And Bao Yaojiong did well. Form's not been great here from F Marinos. They were beaten 2-0 by Nagoya Grampus in their final domestic home game last season. They've won just 3 of their last 9 in all competitions. Champions League Elite wins coming here against Pohang Steelers, Buriram United and Ulsan. Here's Mineiro. Angle was impossible, but he does win the corner. 3 wins in 9 home games have all come in this competition for F Marinos, so they're saving their best here for the Champions League Elite. Deep delivery. Driven back in by Amadou. Still some defending to do here, though. Here's Teixeira. Blocked away by Inui. They've yet to concede a goal here, by the way, F Marinos, in the league stage. 3 clean sheets, those big wins against Buriram and Ulsan, 5-0 and 4-0. 2-0 against Pohang Steelers. Shenhua have certainly had the opportunities to breach that so far unbreached defence here in the Champions League Elite. Kept his cool there, Park Il-gyu. Chan. Double the attempts on goal from the away side, but it's the home team who leads. Zhang Shenlong. By Yang Haoyu. Cleared by Zhang Shenlong. Watanabe. Now Jean. Unakat to Nagato. Chan's header away. Watanabe. Jan Mateus. Half an hour to go. Big half an hour for Shanghai Shenhua's hopes. Taiki Watanabe. Chan with the foot in, but it's back with Kota Watanabe now. Unaka. It's going to be a free kick and a yellow card for Asahi Unaka. Wuxi. Zhu Chenjia. Well, that's going to be a foul. Sean pulled back. And another change for Shenhua. There's the player taken off. He's replaced by Gao Tianyi. Second change for Shenhua. Inui holds it up. Created a great deal second half, Yokohama F Marinos. Despite having the edge in terms of possession of the ball, Shenhua still looking the more dangerous. There was that half chance for Unaka. wonderful headed opportunity for Andre Luis, which he didn't take. Flag up for offside. Latest introduction. Six caps for China. Gao Tianyu is Inoue. Good challenge though from Chan Shinichi. Never stops throughout the game. It's terrific support. Back here again on Saturday. Mateus with the cross in, and Jean was on the end of it. Couldn't keep it on target though. Game's coming thick and fast at the start of the season. This one tonight, then Albirex Niigata on Saturday before a trip to Shanghai to play Port next Wednesday. And the following weekend they face Sanfrecce Hiroshima before a midweek derby against newly promoted Yokohama FC. Teixeira down for Shenhua. Caught on the ankle there by Ken Matsubara. A yellow card produced for that challenge as well. Joins Asahi Unaka in the referee's book. Teixeira. Shenlong. That was wayward. Unaka got his toe to that. Here's Jan Mateus. Space now for Inoue. Anderson Lopez waiting in the centre. It's Unaka's header. Inches the other way, it would have been 2-0. Lovely swift move from Yokohama F Marinos. Pinpoint delivery to the head of Unaka. But he couldn't keep the header on target. I think Bao Yaozhong was rooted to the spot. Had it been on target, he certainly wasn't getting there. Here's Watanabe. Nagato. Game that could still very much go either way. Steve Holland hoping for a win in his first game in charge. Yang Zhejiong. Gao Tianyi. Over the top for Salo Minero to chase. He's been a willing runner as well. Kilkyu. He's going to be okay. Buffeted to the ground. Minero apologising. It's a big move this for Steve Holland. He has only previously managed at Crewe Alexandra for a season between 2007-2008. He's Mostly an assistant or an academy coach. Playing career was mostly in the non-league with Northwich Victoria and Hyde United. Foot in by Zhu. Teixeira. Did well to grab the ball and help it on. Jiao Tianyi. And by Wu Shi. Now Amadou. Zhang made a bit of a hash of that throw in, didn't they? Here's Anderson Lopez if he can switch it. The ball to Inui was on, but he took too long over it. It was cut out by Chan Shinichi. Zhang Shenglong. Just over 20 minutes to go. Jan Matthäus's goal on 20 minutes. The difference between the two sides, who have been well matched. It's been a good game. Here's Teixeira. Zhu Chenjia. Crossing again. Quinones chests it down. Shenhua throw. Jiao Tianyi. 3 wins in their last 8 away from home in all competitions for Shanghai Shenhua. They are less than 20 minutes away here from finishing the league stage without a win in their 4 away games. Beaten 3-0 in Malaysia by Johor Darul Tazim. They lost 1-0 against Guangzhou. Either side of that 2-2 draw with Central Coast Mariners will certainly go down as 2 points lost against a side who have just that point to show for their 7 matches in the league stage. Away by Jean. It could ultimately be that the 2 points lost in that game against Central Coast Mariners could cost Shanghai Shenhua progression, because it's left them in a situation now where they really do need to get something in both of these remaining matches against Yokohama F Marinos and then Vissel Kobe. Teixeira. Switched out by Wu Shi to Chan. Taking on Inui, he's done well, Chan. Straight into the hands of Park. He's been as lively as anyone in the white shirt. Chan Shinichi, the Hong Kong international left back. Matsubara. Here's Watanabe. Leonard Sutsky will be, I think, pretty pleased with the general play of his side here. they might be left to rue those missed chances, especially the one from Andre Luiz in the first half when he was gifted the ball in front of goal by Jason Quinones and blazed it off target. Here's Wuxi. Zhu. On by Gao Tianyi. Zhejiang looking to forage a way through, but well defended. A combination of Jean and Nagato. Game in the midfield, Jean Aziangbe. Cross into the centre as Jean's header away. Oh yeah, Jean. Yao Zhejiang. Never going to score from there, Saulo Mineiro. Just a bit of desperation creeping in there from the Brazilian. All the way through to Aoya Jean. Too much in the way of out-and-out attackers on the bench, Shanghai Shenhua. That's the problem for them. They have a host of midfielders. Wuxi's ball back to Zhu. Free kick for the foul on Andre Luiz. Amano to come into the action for F Marinos. Xu Chenjia. Kota Watanabe picking up the pieces is Jan Mateus. Onaka made the run for him. Not the best ball though. It's Gao Tianyi. Over the top for Chan to chase. Park quickly out the penalty area and clears it away. The energy levels of Chan Shinichi so impressive. The Shenhua left back up and down that left side the whole game. Teixeira. Yang Zhejiang. For chasing back with him, Teixeira. Away by Matsubara, only as far as Chan. Gao Tianyi. Chan with the cross in, punched away again by Park. Good ball in from Chan, just a tad too close to the goalkeeper. Here's Jan Mateus, held up by Ibrahim Amadou. Nagato. Stage in the game where Shenhua need to take some chances now. Risk conceding a second in order to try and equalise. Inoue. Do have a better goal difference than Buriram United and Shanghai Port, the two teams who are just a point above them. So if they did get a point here, they would creep back into 8th position. Here's Watanabe. Qualification for the top 8 is certainly set to go to the wire. 3 J-League teams all through: Marinos, Kawasaki Frontale and Vissel Kobe, who are the top 3. And the Korean side, Gwangju, who have fared far better than the more experienced teams, Pohang Steelers and Ulsan from the Korean Republic. Here's Nagato. Jan Mateus. Nagato. They need the ball, Shanghai Shenhua. Time getting away. Watanabe. Super, a poor ball cut out by Chan. Amadou's touch out to Giao Tianyi. Zhen Shenlong. Spending more time over on the left side now. Giao Tianyi initially came on the right. Teixeira sliding it through for the run of Chan. Once again well covered by Kenta Inui. And the goal scorer is going off. Mateus replaced by Yun Amano. Shenhua are going to make a couple of changes as well. Wu Shi, the captain, has been replaced by Yu Hanchao. Anderson Lopez. Foot in there by Li Qi. Yu Hanchao certainly offers a goal threat for Shanghai Shenhua. Scored the late equaliser in the Super Cup before Andre Luiz grabbed the winner. Here's Matsubara. Quinones. Anderson Lopez chasing this one. Zhang Shenlong with the header. With the Brazilian Anderson Lopez. Inaka have made the run again. Not finding him though. Here's Inui. Good challenge by Chan. It's been such an intriguing contest between those two. Inui pushing back Chan, and then Chan pushing Inui back where he doesn't want to be, really. Amano with the corner. Punched away by Bao. 7 minutes for Shenhua to try and take something from this game. Given how tight it is to finish in the top 8, a point here could make all the difference. As it stands, they'd be 10th going into the final round. Touch off by Amano. Kota Watanabe with the shot. There's Ken Matsubara. Amano. Back with Matsubara. There's Quinones. We're on towards Unaka, who's done well, held up by Zhu Chenjia. Unaka's ball out. Kota Watanabe. Good run by Watanabe, tried to play it back to Unaka. On by Teixeira, but Matsubara hits one. It's a great effort, beaten away by Bao. Danger not over though. Here's Unaka. John Inoue taking on Chan again, getting the cross in, and finally scrambled away by Shenhua. Liki. Kota Watanabe. Inoue. Cross it again. Anderson Lopez just unable to stretch onto the little flick from Yun Amano. It's a great strike from Matsubara. Relatively comfortable save in the end though for Bao Yaozhong. It's a dipping effort from the right back. Andre Luis. Now Chan. Shan Shenlong. Space here for Yang Zhejiang. Teixeira. He's getting close to a winning start, Steve Holland, and that's all you can ask as the new man in charge. '24, a year to forget for F Marinos. Hopes are that 2025 will be an awful lot better. Started positively yesterday before they even played, with qualification being confirmed without having to kick a ball. 3 minutes plus stoppages away from being top of the pile with a game left. Here's Nagato. Anderson Lopez wasn't the best ball back to Nagato though. Yang Zhejiang always had the advantage. Here's Nagato. That's one back by Liki. They've got bodies forward here, if they can play this right. Andre Luis. Try to stab it through there, Teixeira to Yuhan Chao. And now Anderson Lopez at the other end. He's round the goalkeeper, the angle is tight though. Now the support arrives as he tries to square it. And it's put behind by Zhu Chenjie. Well, that was certainly a chance to wrap up the game. Lovely ball from Katsuya Nagato. But once he rounded Bao Yao Zhong, the angle was impossible. Unaka trying to get up in support, but he and Amano went back post, and it made it more difficult for Anderson Lopez. Another change. It is Asahi Unaka who is going off. He's replaced by Riku Yamane. Anderson Lopez. We're into that time by the looks of it. Nagato, though, takes it away from the corner. Yamane's first touch. Mason Quinones. On by Watanabe. Here's Nagato. Jean keeping the ball. Yokohama F Marinos winding the clock down. And not a lot that Shenhua can do about it. It's been a controlled second half performance from Yokohama F Marinos. Not without its jeopardy. A couple of chances for Shenhua not taken. But it looks as though his goal is going to decide it. Mateus deep in conversation with his fellow Brazilian Albert down there on the bench. He was amongst the substitutes, but not being used tonight so far. 3 minutes to be added on. Jian Shenlong. Teixeira. Wasn't a bad ball. Yuan Chao looking to get on the end of it. Hooked away though. Chan desperately chasing the ball down. Jian Shenlong. Yang Zhejiang. Zhu Chenjie. To throw everybody forward now, Shenhua, just a couple of minutes to go. Wonder if Yuan Chao perhaps should have come on earlier. He really hasn't had the time to get into the game. Teixeira. Yuan Chao, by the way, a former winner of this competition, won it in 2015. He played in that very successful Guangzhou side between 2014 and 2019. Spell in which he won the Chinese Super League title in every season he was with them from 2014 onwards. Guangzhou side now plying their trade in the second tier of Chinese football. Interestingly, none of the Chinese winners or previous finalists are playing in the top flight now in China. Liaoning, who won it in 1990, were dissolved in 2020. Header away. It's going to be a free kick for Shenhua. Guangzhou, two-time winners now in the China League One, the second tier. And Dalian Shida, the side who also reached the final back in 1998, were dissolved in 2012. Guangzhou, a team who enjoyed great success under Marcello Lippi and Fabio Cannavaro. It's the travelling Shenhua supporters. Inside have given it their all, but look as though they're just coming up short. And a moment of magic from the Brazilian Jan Mateus after 20 minutes, enough to send already qualified Yokohama F Marinos back to the top of the league standings. But they will still have a big say in who qualifies. They've beaten Shenhua. Next week they face Port from Shanghai, the team that Shenhua are in a head-to-head battle with to perhaps make the top 8. It is a defeat for Shanghai Shenhua, though, their 4th loss of the league stage, despite a relatively good performance. And they find themselves a point outside of the top 8 with a game to go, but that is against the Japanese champions Vissel Kobe in Shanghai next week. Still all to play for then. It's finished here though. Yokohama F Marinos 1, Shanghai Shenhua 0.